This is the brief on the great ruler, Muchen's deadly array challenge. Okay, so we're diving right into these really intense moments where Muchen finds himself up against this incredibly powerful, self-aware house array. We're talking a heavenly artifact here, and yeah, it pushes him right to his absolute limit. First up, the sheer power of this house array is just wow. It's this super intricate formation, right? And it's actually alive in a way. Starts throwing meteorites at him. Mu Chen tries brute force first, using his three beast gods think huge, powerful spirit projections. He does manage to break its first layer, but nope, the array just regenerates instantly, showing off power like a top-tier spirit array master. He quickly realizes, okay, just hitting this thing hard, that's not gonna cut it. So what's his move? Second, he completely shifts strategy. He figures the only path forward is opening his heart-connecting eye state, kind of like this deep perception ability, to spot the array's true weakness. But how? Well, he has to deliberately endure these absolutely brutal, life-threatening attacks, pushing himself right to the edge of death. His friend Yi Shuner is watching, totally distressed, but Ling Shi? She's surprisingly calm through it all. Interesting. Then, finally, just as it looks like he's about to be overwhelmed, bam! This massive black pagoda just erupts straight from his body. The 9-layer pagoda, an impenetrable defense. Suddenly shielded, he finally manages to open that heart-connecting eye state, seeing all the energy flows, the vulnerabilities, and get this, Ling Shi is floored. She recognizes it, linking it to Mu Chen's powerful and really mysterious mother, a topic Mu Chen is definitely not eager to discuss. Mu Chen's trial forced a huge spiritual breakthrough, sure, but it also revealed a hidden power deeply connected to his secret past.
This is the brief on The Great Ruler, Mother's Mystery, and an Academy Under Siege. So here's the deal. Muchen's desperate search for his lost mom, yeah, it just slammed right into a huge crisis at Chang Academy. Their best students are trapped, in real danger, and it's kicking off this high-stakes rescue that's going to test everyone. Okay, so what do you need to know? First, Muchen finds this really deep, kind of weird connection between Ling Shi and his missing mother. Turns out, Ling Shi recognizes the great Futu scripture. That's the special cultivation technique Muchen's mom left him. Ling Shi's own memory? Wiped 5 years back, which is super suspicious, right? They even find they can merge their cultivated energy, their spiritual qi, to heal Muchen instantly. Crazy stuff. Oh, and she warns him, keep that black pagoda, the thing from your cultivation secret. Plus, she gives him this powerful scroll for the mission ahead. Second, things get really bad at the academy. This super rare alarm, the blood signal bell, shatters. That means a student's life is on the line. Actually, 2 of their top-ranked disciples. They've walked right into a trap set by this nasty villain, Muo Longji. Losing these guys right before a big competition. Yeah, the academy just can't let that happen. Finally, the headmaster, Taisheng, has his hands tied. See, there's this tense deal with the rival Demon Dragon Palace. No elders allowed to interfere. So what does he do? He puts together a special team of junior disciples for the rescue. Muchen, who really looks up to the trapped students, gets put in charge, kind of like a temporary promotion to their elite law enforcement hall. Rao Ru jumps in too, basically saving the day. It's all on the kids now. Muchen's world just got seriously tangled up between his own mystery and saving the whole academy.
This is the brief on the ambush of Chang Academy's rescue team. Okay, so we're diving into this really intense mission, right? It's from a fantasy world. Think super powerful martial artists up against some seriously cunning enemies. A high-stakes rescue? Yeah, it turns into a dangerous trap. First, things kicked off when 2 elite Beichang Academy disciples, Shen Chongseng and Li Qiantong, got ambushed. And I mean badly injured. Their attackers? A nasty group of 9 top villains from the Head Hunt board. You know, the worst of the worst. We're talking Mo Longzi, ranked number 2, and the strategist Wu Ji, ranked 5. This wasn't just some random attack. It was a huge threat to the whole academy. Second, Beichang Academy didn't waste any time. They threw together a special rescue unit. Led by the powerhouse Lin Zhen, and backed up by other masters like Cao Qingshan and Gu Tianyan. Plus, some promising younger folks like Mu Chen and Lu Li were in the mix too, along with other students. They had to race, like a whole day just to get to see Huang province. Super urgent stuff. Finally, and this is where it gets crazy. The villains, especially Mo-Long-Zi, they totally saw this coming. Wu Ji, remember him, the strategist? He's also a master of these magical traps, right? He set up this super complex ambush. So, as Muchen and the rescue team walk into Huang province, it's always foggy there. Bam! The fog just morphs into this giant demonic mouth and swallows them whole. Just like that, the rescue mission? Nope, it's a trap. They walked right into it. So yeah, the fate of everyone, the original students and the rescuers, is seriously up in the air now. This is the brief on the Great Ruler, Ambush and Wang. Okay, so let's jump into this really tense moment from the Great Ruler. You've got our main characters, Chen and Roli, right? They're heading into Wang province, which, is super dangerous territory, expecting a tough mission, but bam, they get caught in a deadly ambush. The real question is, how do they flip the script on these guys who clearly think they've got the upper hand? First, the trap. Suddenly, there's this spatial fluctuation. Reality kind of rips open and Muchen and Roli are totally separated from their team. It clicks pretty fast. They've been targeted. And their opponents, we meet Yu, ranked number 7 on the bounty board, rocking these red lava knives, and Maojang, number 8, with these big black spears. And get this, they actually mock Muchen because he's only in the Hatian cultivation realm, basically a lower power level, saying his school, the Bishang Academy, must be scraping the bottom of the barrel. But oh boy, did they underestimate them. Second takeaway, Roli just snaps. Shiyu says something crude and she goes off. Her sword skills? Incredible. She doesn't just nick his face, she utterly destroys his fancy high-grade divine weapon, lava knives, with one hit. Then boom, slices off both his arms. Yeah, takes him right out of the fight. So, don't mess with Roli. Finally, Muchen pulls off a shocker. Remember, he's supposed to be weaker Hatian level versus Maojang's higher Tungtian realm. But then he deflects Maojang's spear attacks with his bare fist. Everyone's stunned. Then he unleashes these advanced moves, the 3 divine beast seals, think powerful energy attacks, and this 9-layer pagoda thing, but way stronger now, using 4 layers instead of 2. It just completely overwhelms Maojang, injures him badly, seals up his spiritual energy, his inner power source, and pins him down. Game over.
So yeah, Muchen and Roli, even though they were totally looked down on, showed everyone just how strong they really are and how well they work together when ambushed.
This is the brief on the Great Ruler, a desperate rescue. We're jumping into the high-stakes world of the Great Ruler, where our hero, Muchen, is racing against time and nasty enemies to save his friends. Okay, first up, Muchen and his ally Ruo Li grab 2 criminals. They force one, Zheng Mao, to guide them through the dangerous Huang province fog. See, they desperately need to rescue their poisoned friends, Shenchong Sheng and Li Qiantong. But it's not just a rescue. They're racing against the cunning Mo-Long-Zi, number 2 on the bounty board, whose whole plan is taking out Muchen's allies. Second, things get tougher. They meet Wu Ji, ranked 5th on the bounty board, who traps them with magic. Ruo Li bravely fights him off so Muchen can push on. But then, plot twist, Muchen discovers Zheng Mao, their guide, has been betraying them. He was secretly feeding info to Wu Ji. It really shows how deep Mo-Long-Zi's scheme to isolate Muchen runs. Finally, Muchen finds his friends, Shenchong Sheng and Li Qiantong, but they're suffering badly from Mo-Long-Zi's demonic dragon poison. This poison's incredibly potent, made from a super powerful sovereign practitioner. Muchen's own firepower, his phoenix flames, just isn't cutting it, too slow. So he desperately needs a stronger fire, the immortal flame from Ju Yo, a mythical being in an egg inside his magic bracelet. Plus, the pressure's really on because Mo-Long-Zi already captured another ally, Lin Zhen. So yeah, with betrayals everywhere and this deadly poison, Muchen's gotta find some new power. Like now, if he wants any chance against Mo-Long-Zi's big scheme.